So this is another element on our exhibit at the Swindon NSBRC. In this example, we're showing the application of diathonite thermactive lime and cork insulating plaster applied to the internal face of a solid stone wall. You can see the layering here, 1, 2 and 3. So it's basically a fairly straightforward build-up. On top of our stone wall, the first layer is our diathonite thermactive plaster. This can be applied in a range of thicknesses from, say, a minimum depth of 20 mil upwards to 100 mil if required. Typically, it may be in the range of 40 to 70 millimeters. The second layer here is the finishing plaster. In this case, it's the Diasen Diathonite plaster, which is applied in a 4 millimeter thickness on top of the diathonite. With all of our systems, we always recommend that the final internal finishing layer is a natural breathable paint. In this section down here, in this cutout section, you'll notice that there's a red coloured mesh. This is the Polites 140 mesh. It's often important that we reinforce the plaster layer with a mesh, particularly when we move towards thicker layers of 60 millimeters and beyond. The mesh can also be used in thinner layers of plaster if required. The finishing coat of plaster also has a mesh. It's a much finer mesh, and that's because the plaster is a much finer mix. This is the Polites 80, and we use this locally around stress points, such as around windows or plug socket areas, or anywhere else where plaster may be considered more vulnerable to cracking. In this exhibit here, we're also showing a window opening with an air tightness tape. This is the Proclima Contiga Solido SL tape, which creates an airtight bridge between the face of the window frame and the plaster layer, which could also be considered your air tightness layer.